everyone, and welcome to HED 204. This is Women's Health, and I will be your instructor, and my name is Pardes Mitchell. This orientation will help you become familiar with Blackboard, provide an overview of the syllabus, and explain the course structure. So now we'll move on to Blackboard. When you enter Blackboard, you will be taken immediately to our announcement page. This is where I'll put any important announcements, and it will also be emailed out to you. As you can see here, it says start here. So this is where you will start for our course. Click on the orientation module, and this will bring you to the orientation goals, exploring our Blackboard shell. Here are some instructions on how to set up your Microsoft Office account, which is free for students. Our learning modules is where you'll find all of the work for each week, and then how to place in a profile picture. Lastly, for introduction, I'd like you to post, or for the orientation, an introduction to women's health. Each of you, this brings you to week one. So week one will always start off with an overview. So what are the objectives? What are the learning activities, which can also be thought of as readings and things that will help you learn, whereas the learning assignments are the gradable materials. And so here you can see chapter 1. Week 1 PowerPoint. I have a video here. And then you'll start off with Throw Like a Girl blog. So to enter information into your blog, you would just click on the title. And then click over here where it says Create Blog Entry. Then you would title your blog, write in your information, and click on Post Entry. Now let me go back. Okay. This week you also have a wiki on feminism. So to enter information in the wiki, again, you would click on the title and then create wiki page. So you would enter your information here and click on submit. You have a chapter 1 quiz, and as you can see here, and this will be for most quizzes, you have unlimited attempts, so keep taking it until you get the grade you want. This week, you also have a journal, and a journal is a way to communicate only with me. So this is only communication between you and I. Other students are not able to see your journal entry, so you can see the questions here. And then week 1 introduction. This is your discussion board introduction. As you can see here, your initial discussion board post is due by Wednesday, and the replies to your group members are due by Sunday. So our discussion boards are a little different from what you may have experienced in other classes. In this class, you are separated into discussion board groups. When you click on the week 1 introduction, it will bring you to the groups page. Now my page looks a little different. You will only have one option, whichever group number you're in. Once you click on your group number, you'll click on Group Discussion Board, and this will bring you to your discussion board page. So as you can see here, all the discussion boards for the semester is up. But for this week, week 1, you would click on the title, and then click on Create Thread. And this is where you get the information for the discussion board. Now, this week, for extra credit, you can insert a picture of yourself in the discussion board. To do so, you would click on this little picture icon, insert your picture by browsing your computer. One thing you may also want to do is under appearance, after you've selected your picture, make sure the dimensions are okay. Sometimes they end up very large in the discussion board. And then you would just insert a picture. For discussion boards, you are also required to reply to every person in your discussion board group. So to do so, you would just click on the thread you were going to reply to, read through it, and click on reply here on the bottom. and then this will give you the space to reply to. Okay, now we're going to move on, and I'll talk a little bit about the syllabus and course schedule. So you can access them here through syllabus and schedule. I've already have mine up. I'm not going to read this entire syllabus for you, as I'm sure you can read it on your own, but there are some things I would like to highlight. So office hours, we are not to meet with students in our office face-to-face. However, what I've provided are times where I'm available to meet via the computer or virtually. So if you want to meet, just send me an email and we'll set up a time to meet virtually. I'm also very responsive to email. So feel free to email me and I'll get a response within 24 hours, but usually it's a lot sooner. The next couple pages just provide you some details about how to be successful in course. But I want to talk a little bit about Blackboard. So my suggestion is to sign on to Blackboard early in the week because that way if you have a question about an assignment, there's plenty of time to email me and get a response back before the assignment is due. And the class format, so the class is separated into weeks. Weeks run from Monday through Sunday. So it's important for you to kind of manage your time and keep track. I would recommend signing in at least twice a week to Blackboard. 3 times would be best. But I want you to read here that late assignments are not accepted. I realize that sometimes life gets in the way and things happen, so please email me if something happens to you. But you know, I forgot to do it, or I didn't plan enough time. That's not a substantial reason. So I do understand life gets in the way, but it has to be a good reason. And of course, communicate with me. Realize I am here to support your learning, and so I can't help you unless you're emailing me. I also want to remind you to check your grades regularly. I do update the grades weekly, and so your grades are generally pretty up to date. So just make sure you're staying on top of your grades. In terms of determination of semester grade, we have discussion boards each week, and they are 10 points a week. Your first post should be completed by Wednesday, with the rest of the posts completed by Thursday. Most weeks you'll have quizzes, and the points vary by each week. There will be an HED AIDS photo assignment, and you'll see that later on. And as you can tell, there was other work that is conducted online. You just want to scroll down to the bottom of the page. And this is our course calendar. And so what I've provided are the weeks and dates, the topics, the learning activities, and the online work. So you can see here the Wednesday of each week is your discussion board. And then by Sunday are the items for each week. Under course materials, I've provided some information on your discussion board. And so to enter that folder, just click on it. Here is your discussion board rubric. So as I've mentioned, each week you have 10 points that you can earn with discussion boards. So you get 2 points for submitting it by Wednesday, 2 points by making sure it's at least 2 paragraphs long, 2 points to use references to support, it's free of grammatical and spelling errors, and that you reply to all group members. And then in this folder here, I provided some discussion board examples so you can see what I'm looking for. Faculty information is just information about myself. You can click on it, it's my email, office hours, although not my office hours, my office location, although you can't come to it. And let's now move to learning modules. So in learning modules are where all the learning assignments can be found. As I've mentioned, all of the weeks are open. You can feel free to work ahead. Just make sure you're checking in to make sure that you're completing the assignments during the current week. You can also access your discussion board through the group discussion board menu item on the left side. And again, it would only show your group. The coffee house is an area for you to ask questions of your classmates. So you can ask questions about the class, you can talk about COVID, you can talk about what you're doing. So feel free to use that. One thing I suggest is enter the coffee house, click on subscribe. That way you'll receive an email anytime anyone posts to the coffee house. The My Grades link will bring you to My Grades. Of course, mine will look quite different as the instructor, but you can see how you are doing in class and keep up with your work. This really concludes our orientation session. Feel free to contact me if you have any questions or concerns about the class. Have a great week.